I was watering the garden this morning, and as I normally do, I stop here and I start just feeding the vine through the wire fence. And in the bald patch of the wire fence, exactly where I was going to feed the vine, I saw this grey and yellow-bellied giant snake.
It's quite a big specimen. It's completely wrapped up. Now, the boomslang is drop for drop Africa's most venomous snake. It takes 1 milligram of its venom to kill a fully grown adult. But it's a hemotoxic venom. It's not as potent as, say, the neurotoxic venoms, and there's a delayed reaction on it. So if this boomslang bite me, I'd have up to a 24-hour delay before I have the first symptoms. And that's normally hemorrhaging from every orifice in your body. So even though it's incredibly toxic, it's a very slow-acting venom. So it's not as deadly as the Cape Cobra, but the toxicity level of the venom is 10 times greater than that of the Cape Cobra. Now you can see it's quite a big snake. It looks to me like at least over a meter, 1.2 meters, and it's confined to a small space like this. Now you can see what happens in Africa is people come and pick fruit, and by mistake they grab onto the snake and they get bit. And it's not that the snake is aggressive or anything, it's just defending itself. So this is an accident waiting to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the snake, I'm going to put it in a bucket, I'm going to move it away from this homestead. Because humans and snakes and domestic animals don't normally work well together. And these boomslangs, if they bite a dog or a cat, really the venom has a very potent effect on them. Working in a bush like this makes it very difficult. Got him. So that was quite a risky grab because I couldn't actually see his head, but I got the body now. Luckily it wasn't the wrong side, luckily it was the tail side and not the head side. Looks like quite a big specimen. I don't want to hurt the snake, so what it's going to do now is going to fight. It's going to use its body, it's a very muscular body. Like I said, they've got over 400 ribs in the body, and he's going to grab onto everything he can. But if I take my time slowly, eventually he'll come out. I don't want to hurt him. You can see he's already started secreting a bit. This is a nice defense mechanism. You can see they're secreting a bit of fecal matter to deter me from eating him. Because at the moment now he thinks I want to eat him. Unfortunately, it's just not the way I would have wanted it to go. I would have wanted to like gently pull him out, but now I'm going to have to hold on. Otherwise he'll just disappear again. And we have to unfortunately move him away from me. There he's giving me a bit of leeway. See, and then you just wait again. I'm not going to use any strain. I'm not going to pull him hard or try and rip him out. I'm just going to wait. And slowly work him out. Wait for a bit. He'll soften the muscle. There I go. I can get another centimeter. You see, it's just a slow battle. And slowly he'll come out. There he gives me another centimeter. So I wait for the quail to go back in again. And there we go. I'm almost there. There, he's coming out now. He's eaten something. He's definitely eaten something. I can see his body is really fat. This is a male boomslang. You can see that inflating of the throat. I'm going to bring him into the sun. That is a sign that he's not impressed with me. See that inflating throat? That is, he's not happy. And the reason is because of the way I had to pull him out there now. And he thinks I want to eat him. So he's not very relaxed. You can see that throat. You see how in throat? So that's like a cobra making hood. He's warning me now. Let me go or I'm going to bite you. With an incredibly potent venom. See that throat? That's very intimidating. And that normally scares most animals away to move away and leave them alone. Very aware of what's going on. These guys are day active snakes. We call them diurnal snakes. And they've got the best eyesight of any snake in the world. They can actually spot a chameleon from up to 50 meters away. They see in full color. It's almost like they've got optical zoom on their eyes. So they can actually zoom in on prey items. It's a great vision, full color vision, so they know everything that's going on. They can see all of us here, and that's why bites from the snake are so rare, because they're so aware of what's going on around them that it's very, very rare that you actually encounter one or grab one, because they normally move off. They're quite a fast moving snake. All he wants to do is get away. I mean, even if I step right in front of him like this, he's not trying to bite me. He's inflating his throat a little bit, but look, if I let go of him, all he'll do is move away again, trying everything not to bite me. And even though I'm grabbing him, so there is no real... Even if I had to leave him right next to me like this. There he gave me a bit of a bite now because my foot came right in front of him. But other than that, I'd literally have to be right next to him. And that's just a bump of the nose. That wasn't a proper bite. That's just a warning. Your snakes love to do that. They just bump their nose against you just to tell you, if you come any closer, I'm going to bite you. And see, once again, he's not really wanting to bite. I'm right next to him. He's checking me out. There he lets it go. So... all they really want to do is get away. That inflating throat and that biting is a very last resort. It's literally, you really have to go out of your way or by mistake grab him and hurt him for him to actually bite you. But they will never vindictively come after you and try and bite you. even though he's one of the most deadly snakes in Africa, all he wants to do, if I let go now, is he would move away and get as far away from me as possible. And when dogs and things get bitten, it's the same thing. They get too close and they try and bite him, and he just defends his life. I'm being very gentle with him, and he's starting to relax a little bit in my hands. I can feel the change coming now. So see, actually, even though he's the deadliest snake, look there, he's starting to relax. Now the throat's going down. He's starting to relax. He's sniffing me, seeing, oh, maybe I'm not that dangerous. Maybe I'm not actually trying to kill him. He's still very aware of me. Still looking at me. But he's completely relaxing down. And I'm going to put him away just now. Don't want to do too much. We still want to keep the snake kind of wild, because he has to go back into the wild again. But you can see how he's settling now. Completely wild snake. Just trying to bite me, inflating his throat. Now it's starting to settle more and more, where I can almost completely free handle him. And you can see it's almost to the point now where I can completely relax. My demeanor is relaxed now. He's relaxing. The snake looks like about 1.2 meters. We're going to try and release him as far away from human habitat as possible. They're quite in the Western Cape, they quite like the mountain outcrops, and I found that there's quite a lot of birds nesting there. So it's a good place. These snakes love eating birds. And if you put them anywhere near human habitation, they normally get encountered. And humans obviously don't want to see these guys near their home, because they could kill family members or even your domestic pets. Very gently now, I'm going to put them into a tub. Very gently. Lift the lid. One last glimpse of camera, and you're going in. Very gently, very softly, just put him in. And he'll just relax there until we're done. Close this up. And that's a job well done. I'm always happy when we can come and relocate these snakes, move them from people's houses. No one got bitten, I didn't get bitten, none of the animals around here, and we're going to move them far up where you can live a happy life. And these snakes can live up to 20-25 years of age. And I'd say this is not a very old snake, so we're looking at about 5 to 8 years of age. So he's still got a long life ahead of him and a lot of hunting to do.
We seem to have a lot of snakes. Like every time I mow, there's snakes running past, but then normally they're just those brown house snakes, or garden snakes. But yeah, we've had 3 parfatas since we've been here, and this snake, and then a whole lot of other smaller snakes. I think they like us because we're vegetarian and we don't affect them. I don't know, but I don't like them. So yeah, I'm just grateful that it's gone.
Got him, it's an egg eater. It's an African egg eater. Now when I saw it at first, I thought it was a highly venomous night adder, but it's actually a completely harmless egg eater. Quite a big specimen. Because he's inflating his throat there. Jamie, don't get any closer to me, I'm going to bite you. Now why I thought this was a night adder, the venomous night adder that lives here in Africa, as you can see, it's got that V-shaped marking on the head here, which the night adder also have. So what these harmless egg eaters do is they actually mimic the colors and the markings of other venomous snakes. So the predators that live out here won't go for them because they believe it's a venomous snake. So while it was swimming on the water, it actually fooled me as well into believing. I was quite scared to go grab it right because I thought it was a venomous night adder, which is actually a completely harmless egg eater. You can see he's inflating his throat. That's just a sign, which a boomslang also does, inflates the throat, tells you to stay away. So all the other creatures think he's highly venomous. He's got the markings of a night adder. He inflates his throat like a boomslang. And another thing is he's actually got a black mouth in the inside of which looks like a black mamba's mouth. So all those things make him look very dangerous when he's actually completely harmless. Now, what's happening is here, they normally live in along shrubs and trees where they go eat the birds' eggs. But because we're in the wetlands, they've adapted here as well, very well, to eat the little eggs that's here from all the water birds. So they go and find the nests on the ground between the water patches here, eat the egg, swallow it whole, crushes it with a little egg tooth in the back of the neck, swallows the yolk down, and then spits the shell back out again. So he's just living here on the water, looking for little birds. You'll see there's lots of birds around here. It's springtime, so there's lots of eggs. So he's now out hunting. What the egg eaters do is they eat lots of eggs. So they're quite gluttonous. They eat in spring and summer. And then when the eggs are gone, they go into like a kind of shutdown system, into a complete shutdown where they don't eat for months at end. So they get quite fat. You can see he's quite a fat egg eater. And then when winter comes, he won't eat for 5 months again.
and then when spring comes again, he eat as many eggs as he possibly can every day. And that's why he's crossing the water on his way to go look for some ground nests of all these foul birds that live on the water edge here. So I'm going to put him back in the water, let him go on his way, swim off. Really, really beautiful snake. Looks highly venomous and dangerous, but actually completely harmless. So I'm going to put him down. And another very interesting fact is that all snakes can swim. Whether they live in trees or underground, every large species of snake can swim. Really, really quite a rare snake to see, not very common to see them. And it's a beautiful warm day, so he's obviously out looking for some bird eggs. So I'll let him on his way. And look how beautiful they move with the S-like curve when they swim away. Fast, look at that. Amazing.